Welcome back, my weebs and otakus. It's your favorite cat girl boy, sometimes, Otakunofuji, with another. Well, this game's not so lewd, but it's relevant to our channel and our interests. It's Grim Guardian's Demon Purge, and as of right now that I'm recording this game actually isn't available in the U.S. or other English-speaking countries because they released it and then they got like a copyright notice or something, a trademark notice probably, that they have to change the title because there's some other game or movie or something called Grim Guardian, and so they have to change the title. It's going to be Gal Guardians whenever it gets re-released, but I don't know when that's going to happen. But I bought it the day that it came out on Xbox. But what this is it's a Castlevania-like 2D platformer starring characters from Galgun. That's why they're going to call it Gal Guardians when they re-release it. That's kind of why I wanted to play it, is because I recognized the characters. I was all like, oh, it's a Galgun game. Which is funny because Galgun Returns was supposed to come out on Xbox, but like 3 weeks before launch, Microsoft was like, no, you can't put this lewd game on our system. And I've been sort of bitter about that ever since. So it's weird that they would let this game on Xbox since the other Gal games weren't. Although the original Galgun was on the Xbox 360. But anyway, that's what this game is it's a 2D platformer action Castlevania-like, starring the heroes from the Galgun games. But look, the art style's the same. It's like, this is definitely Galgun. But the story is that your school got taken over by the demon girl, who's always in the Galgun games. Well, she merged the dimensions between the real world and the demon world. And so this school got turned into this kind of Dracula's castle type thing. And you had to go, because I've beaten it, like I've gotten the alternative ending even. But you have to explore this Castlevania-like to find the missing students, and you also have to find their panties, and it's super fun. But one interesting thing that sets it apart from most other Castlevania 2D platformers is you can switch characters at any time. And one of them has guns and shoots, and the other one has, sword and melee weapons. So you switch between them depending on what you're fighting and what you're trying to do. And they all have different special abilities, and like I can freeze enemies with this. Or she has a rocket launcher, and she has, throwing knives and bombs. Let's use a bomb right here. And she has landmines, and she has all sorts of stuff. And then the other girl can freeze things, like I can freeze this water. And she has an umbrella so you can float. And she has a scythe, and she has little Koopy dolls. Like, it's really interesting in how much variety there is. Because you can switch back and forth between the characters, and because they have unique weapons that you have to use. So it's a classic Metroidvania, or classic Castlevania, in that it's not necessarily an open world. It has distinct levels. But it's kind of a Metroidvania in that as you get your different abilities, it allows you to go back through the levels and explore them differently and more thoroughly. Because you have to replay the levels multiple times. You have to play through the game entirely at least twice. Because you do it the first time, and then you get kind of the bad ending, and then you have to play through it again to get the good ending. And there's hidden power-ups, and there's hidden upgrades. Of course, there's 32 girls that you have to save that are hidden all over. Plus, you have to save all their panties, because they're walking around commando the whole time. So there's a lot to do. I've played it for like 10 hours or something. I have most of the achievements. At least all that I care to get. But it plays well. It's kind of frustrating sometimes, because it can be really hard. But at the same time, it's easy-ish, because, you know, this girl's almost dead, so you just switch to the other one and use her until you get more health. But also, you can, if one of the girls dies, you start at the last checkpoint, and then you have to go find her body, and then you can give her CPR and bring her back, which is weird, but it's interesting. Like I said, it makes the game more fun, more interesting than typical Castlevania likes. Because there's just more, it's more dynamic, it's more interesting. I don't actually usually like these type of games that much. I don't really like 2D platformers. Even though I am an old and I grew up with these type of games, I don't know, I just don't really like them that much. But, once in a while I find games like this that I really like, and this is one of them. And, I like it because it's a Galgun game. See, I have a grappling hook that you can, once you get this, you can really explore the whole game. Because you just sort of brute force. You don't bother to do any of the platforming anymore. You just do this. But that's what I mean. Like, you get these abilities and then you just keep playing through and finding new stuff. But I have really enjoyed this game. And there's a lot of lewd humor in it. There's a lot of kind of references and innuendos and stuff that's funny and fun and kind of sexy. And actually, the final boss is the Doki Doki mode from Galgun. You have to sex up a demon. But that's only if you find all of the characters. You have to find all of the girls. And then you get to sex up the demon. Now it's gonna take me, because I can't stop this. It just happens. Then, oh no, the other one has to save her. There's some artwork that you unlock that is pretty decent. Like, it's not a sexy game like we're used to, but it's fun because of all the references, and because if you've played Galgun, you're like, oh, I recognize this girl. Oh, I recognize this story. I think it's actually super good, honestly. It's $25, which is kind of a lot, but I played it for 10 plus hours and feel like I got my money's worth. I'm a cute girl. I'm also a cute girl. I'm the cutest girl. But see, these are all the girls that I saved. It plays good, it looks good, it has good music. It's got lots and lots of cute girls. I think it's totally worth it. Like I said, though, it's not available currently. You'll have to wait until it gets re-released as Gal Guardians Demon Purge. But when it does, I recommend it. This game's awesome. I'd probably, it's like an 8 out of 10. Thanks a lot for watching. Please like and subscribe, because I'm going to do tons more of these funny things. And maybe someday I'll actually put the avatar on screen again.